Okay, so I was invited to a conference call this morning with some people that I work with, and three ladies, and they said, you have to figure out how to be more effective when we communicate with people. How do we do that? And I was thinking, you should come here today to hear this presentation and get some ideas. So today's session, I'm just going to read it. Today's session can be the tipping point of success in your business. You will learn how to guide prospects toward a yes and to avoid missing opportunities, the opportunity to help someone. Our speaker actually described the subject as 7 steps to getting a yes, which is really amazing. Our presenter is passionate about helping others achieve personal excellence through effective communication. He's a 2nd-degree black belt, so don't mess up with him in karate, and enjoys incorporating his background in martial arts and NLP communication skills, training when he works with his clients. Mike Aguilera is a certified seminar leader, a certified action coach, and a master practitioner of NLP. He's going to tell you exactly what it is, so I don't want to take this from him. So with that, please help me welcome Mike Aguilera.
Does everyone have the handout to take notes?
No.
Okay.
You leave your hands up.
Should have got
Don't worry, Michael, this is not part of your time.
Okay, thanks, Howard. I would like to begin my presentation with one quick exercise. I know the report is already there. However, I do that for a reason. I want you to turn to someone next to you and tell them you're amazing, you're wonderful, and you're having a phenomenal year. So do it now. Remember the power of giving a compliment and words of encouragement. That'll help you connect more people, create rapport, and start building that relationship. I presented to the group about a month and a half ago. Who was in the room that heard me present about a month and a half ago? Okay, so who has not heard me present before? All right, I'll kind of review a little few of the things, and for those, it'll be a good review for you also. Last time I was presenting on my book, Connect with Anyone in 90 Seconds or Less, which is a rapport formula in 4 elements: the mindset, the first contact, the conversation, and then follow-up. In this session, I'm going to be talking about the 7 steps of creating a yes or getting someone to take action. And as Alba was mentioned, or Yolette was talking about my background, NLP, Neuro-Linguistics Programming. For the new people, who is not familiar with NLP? Okay, I'll give you a little brief background on what NLP is. N stands for neuro, as in the mind, the thoughts. L stands for language, both your words and your body language. And P stands for programs. The programs are the patterns that we all go through to make sense of the world. And NLP is a form of communication modeled after therapists that are creating amazing change in people, helping them overcome phobias, bad habits, create breakthroughs. And so there's elements of NLP for therapy, and my focus is more on the NLP section for communication, the way the therapists were talking to clients. The words that we're using, the body language, the questions that we're asking them that will reveal how they process information, how they walk through the world. And then from that, in this session, the 7 steps of getting action or getting a yes, This is the model that the therapist would go through that would then create action in them, helping them stop smoking or overcome phobias or create breakthroughs in their life. And so that's what I'm going to focus on this, is the 7 steps. I'm going to briefly go through it because this will actually, to fully go through this, it would take me a whole day. So I'm going to show you some golden nuggets through these 7 steps, and some of it will be overlap or review from my last presentation. And some of you have probably been exposed to NLP. Tony Robbins, Anthony Robbins, the foundation of his training is based on NLP. He does it more for state control and empowerment. And I add some of that in my workshop. In this case, I'll program you on the communications and how to connect with people and create the yes or the action. And for the people in the room, so I kind of get a sense of how to present this information specifically to help you. How many are looking to have people take action because you're building a team? One of them say yes. Okay. And the rest, how many the rest to sell some product or service? Okay. Or both. Assume the position. Okay, I'll cover as much as I can to cover both of them. So, first off, there are 7 steps. The first step is the mindset. The mindset you need to have to really connect with people. And I'm going to share with you a few things in regards to the mindset. One is, the mindset is going to also be based on your intentions. You have to have your intentions in place. Your intentions will actually impact the way you walk and move through the world and connect with people. So think about your intention. I really want to help this person. And the mindset would be also what you can do to really improve that person's life. And you really need to believe in your product or service, or actually in you helping with your product and service. Because once you believe that you have great product, great service, and you are their person that they're going to connect with and they're going to get that service from, you should have unstoppable confidence. You'll be able to walk up to anyone and then with confidence be able to talk to them, reassure them, and know with integrity that you are there to help them. Because the intention's there, you believe in your product or service, and you truly want to make their life better. So your mindset is critical because that's the foundation. As we go through these 7 steps, you'll discover the mindset is going to be the foundation, because if you don't believe in your product or service, the words are not going to be there, your body language won't be there, you'll create doubt. So you need to have that mindset so people believe and see that you're congruent. And NLP, congruent means your words and your body language are consistent. And there are a lot of subconscious communication that's happening around you. The way you move, you stand, your words you use, your voice. Those are all patterns that we pick up, and also patterns that we're generating. So, in regards to your mindset, that will impact the way you're moving through the world. And the second element is rapport. Once you feel confident, there's a lot I can cover on the mindset. And actually, recently I recorded almost a 1-hour session on the 4 elements of connecting with anyone in 90 seconds or less. So for those that want to know more that didn't attend my last session that I presented here, I have it free. It's on my website, and you can just connect with me, and I'll give you the link to that so you can listen to it. And for those that don't have time to take all the notes and also haven't attended the last session, it'll be a great review for you. And so, rapport. The mindset and rapport blend together. And that's also, if you don't have the mindset and you don't create the rapport, that's where people say, well, let me think about it. I don't know. I'm going to talk to my wife, my husband about this. So, a quick exercise for rapport, a couple of key things. One is, assume rapport. Assume you're going to like everyone in the room, and assume they're going to like you. Because if you see people that are great connecting with other people, they're walking around with curiosity. They want to meet everyone because they assume they're going to like them. And they're not concerned about, are they going to like me? They just kind of assume that. So assume rapport. And a quick way to get into that rapport state, you ready for a quick exercise? To help me? Think right now as you sit there, think of somebody you're fond of, that you really get along with. Could be grandmother, could be a best friend, could be an old friend. Just think about that person, how they make you feel. This feels good. So now when you walk into a room, think about as you look around, who in this room might remind me of that person? Because then you start to feel differently, you start to feel differently, you'll start to notice things, and you'll be in that really connected mode, or that mood, that emotion of, there's so-and-so, there's someone like so-and-so in the room. Hey, that person walks like so-and-so. Hey, that person has a voice. So that person dresses like so-and-so. And so your body language and the way you approach people is going to be completely different. And people will sense that. They'll sense that rapport and that connection. So when you walk into the room, just simply think about that. Who in the room might remind me of my good old friend so-and-so? And then you'll approach people in a whole different way, and they will sense that. So, the last time I did an exercise, and I want to show you the power of rapport and communications. And for those that did this, just play along. You don't have to answer the question at the end ever, so it's very impactful. I'm going to say the word pots, like pots and pans, P-O-T-S. I just want you to spell it out with me. Just say it 3 times, and I'll answer the question at the end. And I'll illustrate the power of subconscious communication. And so for those that did this with me the last time, just play along, and you don't have to answer the question at the end. Just let them answer the question. You guys ready? Okay. Pots. P-O-T-S. Pots. P-O-T-S. Pots. P-O-T-S. What do you do when you come to green light? You? Green. Stop. Go. Stop. At green light, you go. So you say stop. You go at green light. And so subconscious communication, and this is just a fun little exercise. However, the words that I use, pots, sound like stop, spelled backwards. It sounds like stop, and actually stop, spelled backwards. So there's some things you can be using when you're talking to people, certain words that can create a negative train of thought. And I'll cover a couple of them for the rapport and connecting with people. And my body language, I did two things with my body language. Pick that up? Yeah. I did the international stop sign and also pressed on the brakes. And then third thing I did was my voice. I increased like a sense of alarm. What do you do when you come to a green light? And so your voice is a musical instrument. And you want to be able to calm people down, talk with confidence, and reassure them so that rapport is there, the confidence and the trust and credibility is there. And then the fourth thing is my facial expression, that kind of like, watch out! So your facial expressions, the way you move, will impact people, how they connect with you or not. So be aware, all of that is sending a pattern, a signal, that their intuition is picking up, I like this person, and I want to buy or work with this person, I trust this person. So be aware of the way you approach people, the way you move, where you stand, your words, your voice will all create that rapport and that trust and credibility. So the trust and credibility, a couple of things on trust and credibility. The last time I did a quick exercise where I said hand somebody some information and then give it back, and the exercise was based on when you hand something to somebody, give it slowly and gracefully with value. Don't just throw a piece of paper on, don't just toss your card. Actually, whatever it is you're going to hand it as if it's very valuable. Slowly and gracefully. Because that's a subconscious pattern that what I'm handing you is very valuable, and you pick it up, and our influence that this must be valuable information. So whatever if it's your business card, if it's your product, if it's a sample, be aware that hand it with value. And that'll create that trust and the rapport and what you're presenting or talking about. And actually use that strategically. If you're going to meet with someone, actually pick it up and hand the information. Don't let them pick it up. You control it, and you'll control the meeting and start off in a positive way. So the other element to create trust and confidence and credibility with you is when someone hands you information, either their paperwork, their business card, maybe a contract, maybe some information about what they do, receive it with value. Because if they hand you something, you go, okay, yeah, thanks, and you dangle it up, it's a pattern, a subconscious pattern that, oh, whatever I give this person, they're not going to respect it. I don't have a good feeling about this person. It's not a checklist, it's just that pattern that you see at a subconscious level. So when someone gives you some information about them, either product, service, their company, their business card, receive it with value. And you're creating a sense of trust and confidence. Whatever I hand this person, it's in good hands. So hand something, but also receive something with value. That make sense? Is helpful so far? Yes or yes? Yeah. So, talk about the mindset. And then back on the mindset, there was an interesting experiment done back in the 60s. They took a group of students and they paired them up with an instructor. And they told the instructor, these are low IQ students. And the students were average. They didn't tell the teacher, the parents this or the students this. And then they took another group of students. And they told the instructor, these are high IQ students. You had some great success with them. They were average students. The teacher was not, only told the students were not told us, or the parents. So 8 months into the experiment, they had to stop it because the so-called low IQ students were doing really bad. Their self-esteem, their grades were bad, their self-confidence. And on the other point, on the side, the so-called high IQ students were doing exceptionally well. So what they discovered was the expectations of the teachers of who the students were impacted the way they connected with them, how they talked to them, their voice, body motion, how they engaged them. So your expectations and your mindset and rapport will dictate how you connect with people. So that's why I said assume rapport. And assume you're going to have great conversations with people. And that will help you then connect with them in a different way. Because if you walk into a meeting or networking event and say, I'm not going to meet anyone good here, or probably going to have a problem with this person, you're expecting that to happen. You will just justify that. You'll start to see things that may not be actually there, or you're being actually true as them not being happy, versus if you're looking and expect great things to happen and expect to have a great meeting, then your words and your voice and your body language will start to kind of convey that in a real subtle way. And in the sessions that I cover, I talk about more how to impact that, like how you hand things, where you stand, how you receive things. So the mindset is very important. And then we talk about rapport, and then the trust and credibility. When you receive something, receive it with value. And that'll create that, at least that's one of the key elements that will help create that trust and credibility. Another thing with regards to trust and credibility, even if it's when you're networking or if you're having a follow-up meeting with somebody, one thing you want to do for trust and credibility is, if you're going to tell somebody you're going to call them like at 3 o'clock on Monday, call them at 3 o'clock. Don't call them at 3:30. Don't call them at 3:45. Because if you call them at 3 o'clock, you're creating that pattern. This person is credible. What they say they're going to do, they do. And if you can't make it at 3 o'clock, call them before, because otherwise you're going to break that confidence and trust in you. So if you make a commitment to do something with somebody, or set up an appointment, or just simply call them, I'll call you at 3 o'clock. Do it exactly at 3 o'clock if you can, and you're going to wow with that. Well, good, you say you're calling me at 3, it's 3 o'clock. And so if you can do it exactly at 3 o'clock, be cautious. If you go too far past 3, it'll start to, again, impact the credibility you have. So you want to create trust and credibility, because if you don't, it'll also create that doubt in regards to working with you and buying part of the service or being part of your team. So now, the conversation. During the conversation, there's a lot you can do as you're talking to somebody to really start to pick up their communication style, how they process information, how they make decisions. And I won't have a chance to go into all of it. However, during that conversation, you also can start to identify a problem that you can be the solution to. So once you understand the communication style, then you can present your solution. However, one quick question you can ask somebody that will help you either recruit or sell more product or service. When you're talking to someone at your networking, here's a quick, brief question you can ask them. There's about 5 or 6 questions that I go through. This is one of them that can already start to guide you and open the doorway of opportunity. And the question is, so what do you like about what you do? And what are your frustrations and pain about what you're doing? So what do you like about what you do? And what are your frustrations and actually pain about what's going on in your life or what you're doing? Because if you don't identify a pain, you're just pushing and selling. You need to start to unlock that door. Where's the pain? What kind of issues are they having? That either I can be the solution, or I can then guide them into another doorway of pain that I need to identify. Again, because you need to identify that pain. If you don't have that pain, and they don't sense it, and they don't make the connection with what you have to offer, then you're going to be coming across as a salesperson. You're not going to influence them in a positive way with integrity. So go ahead and turn to someone next to you and ask them that question. Just exercise it right now. Ask them, what do you like about what you do, and what are your frustrations and pain? So go ahead, quick exercise with your partner or someone next to you.
What do you like about what you do yourself?